Hello, Wealthy family. Welcome to today's Mindset Monday video. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. So, today we are going to talk about resentment. And I'm talking about that because somebody said something to me this weekend and it triggered a thought. And I was like, there's a lot of people living with resentment. I lived with resentment for a very long time. And resentment stems from you feeling like you're being treated unfairly, right? Sorry, my hand. I don't want to hold this. All right, but see when I try to do it like that. All right, let's see how that rocks. Okay, so having resentment comes from you feeling like you're being treated unfairly. Like there is something that is being done to you or has been done to you that was unfair by someone, not really something, it's not really circumstances, it's most of the time someone doing something to you. So I had a lot of resentment towards my ex-husband, and I also had a lot of resentment towards my parents. That's a lot to admit, but I did, for my own reasoning. My mom, the way how she raised us, right? She did the best that she could, but I felt that she didn't really exercise all of her knowledge. And, she went with something that made her feel good and was less confrontational just because that's who she is. Right. And then my dad, for never really being there, like he wasn't there. Not for me. I'm the youngest of his first wives. My mom was his first wife, so I'm the youngest of his children. He was there for the older three, and then for my two half siblings, he was there in their life for the most part, but I never really had him in my life. So, I had some resentment towards him, but what helped me get over it was, one, realizing that life isn't fair. Life isn't meant to be fair, right? I used to love going to the county fair, the state fair, right? It was all fun and games, but that's not what life is. So I had to recognize, and accept that life is not all about lollipops and gumdrops, okay? That was the first hard reality check as an adult. Then I had to realize I couldn't resent them because, again, they were doing the best that they could with their circumstances. Sometimes people stay absent because they feel they can't do a really good job. And I saw an example of that firsthand, where one parent, they're like, yeah, let's have this baby, love this baby. And then, both parents are like, crap, this baby is not what I thought was going to be or was prepared to be. And, it's easier for one parent to slink away than the other. In this circumstance, it was not the father, it's the mother that slinked away and, left the load on the father. And thankfully, the father was such a good man, he picked up the slack. But the mother really resented having the child. Like, this child ruined my life. Like, real deal, they felt that way. And they're like, it's unfair. I see these other people, they take these beautiful pictures. I see their baby so happy and babbling, and my child isn't doing this, right? And here you are, you're just, talking about the other parent. Here you are, you're just so happy that you have a kid, and, you don't mind being sleep deprived and yada, yada, whatever, right? Resentment building up. You have to allow the thing that's triggering the resentment, because resentment isn't just something that happens overnight. Okay, it's something that builds within you. And normally you end up resenting someone because you feel like they're getting a better deal, or they're getting a more fair shake in life than what you may have gotten or may be getting currently. And in order for you to let that go, you have to realize, one, you attract what you want. So your baby not being happy and you being bothered by not getting sleep, or, one person getting the promotion that you've been gunning for, or one person's marriage being more happier than yours, is because of the way how your perspective is. It's how you're looking at things. All right. Resenting the way how your parents raised you, what you went up with. It's all your perception. Okay. So when you change your perception and your outlook, if you're in the thick of it, it really helps. Now, if you're looking back 2020 hindsight like myself, you know, it's a lesson learned. Now you don't have to deal with it again. But if you're in the thick of it, if it's happening to you at this point in time, you have to really take a step back. If you can give yourself a break, right? If you can remove yourself from this situation, even for a couple of hours, and in that time, have a really good hard look with yourself, have a good hard look at your heart and see, why do I really resent them? Why am I upset that I feel the baby loves them more or behaves for them more? Or why am I upset that this person got the promotion that I've been going for this whole time? Why did they pass me up? I'm a good worker. I'm a this, I'm a that. But do you complain too much? Are you always on time? Do you have other little hindrances that would not have made you perfect for that position or the scenario? Babies can feed off energy. So if you are angry or upset or you feel resentful or you're tired, right? You're tired and you're like, I just want to freaking go to sleep. That baby can feel that frustration. Okay. I know it firsthand, because when I'm talking to the baby or I'm holding him, if I'm upset, I can feel his body tense and kind of change up, right? Children can read energy. So you have to be mindful of the energy that you're also putting off for the situation that you're feeling resentment towards, or the person. All right. Be mindful of that energy. That can help dissipate the remnants of the resentment that you're having. Okay. That, coupled along with the knowledge that what is for you is there for you, and you're not really missing out on anything. Okay. So sure, the baby's not behaving. Sure, your parents are twats. Sure, your ex-husband is stay on demon time. Sure, your boss continuously overlooks you. Maybe that's a sign that you need to remove yourself from that situation. You need to switch jobs. You need to get that divorce. You need to, separate from your spouse. You need to change the way on how you deal with your parents. You need to change the way on how you deal with the baby. Change your thinking, right? Switch that stuff around. That is what really helps you, right? This is, again, on Mindset Monday, and it always boils down to what you're thinking, because your thoughts is what creates your reality. The things that you do is what creates your outlook in life, okay? So if you're looking at things and you're like, that's not fair. Why isn't it fair? You don't know that person's story. You don't know what it is that they deserve or what they don't deserve, and what they've been through and how hard they've worked and how long they've put in the actions to get to where it is that they are now. You understand? So when it's all said and done, resentment, again, is very cousin to envy. Okay? Very cousin to envy. And when you envy people or certain situations, it's because you feel you're lacking something, or you can't have what it is that they got, right? Or it comes so easy. I want this, or I want that, or I could have, or I could have got, or whatever the case may be, right? So just be mindful of that, because resentment, envy, all of that is they're very strong emotions, and they take a toll, but they're very lower levels. So that can cause other things, right? Having pent up resentment can cause you to be angry. It can cause you to have, a hot temper, a fast temper, right? It can cause you to have little patience. It can cause you to have low self-esteem. It can cause you to have it can cause you to lack self-love, where you're now doing things that are harmful, not just to your physical, but also to your mental psyche, right? And nobody wants that, right? You got to be mindful. This is why I live by this mantra, right? I'm grateful, but I want more, right? Always. We can always have more. I stay grateful for things, but I'm always open to receive more, right? And that motto is what helped me get through the past year and a half, right? I'm grateful for this, but I'm open to more. I'm grateful for this, but I'm open for more. Because that gratitude is such a higher level energy there's no room for lower things to kind of creep in to make me miserable. Because, my family, we have the predisposition for misery. And I'm trying to tread lightly on that, friends. Okay? So allow that resentment to dissipate. Take that time to think, what is it that's really triggering it? Okay, because this person getting this or doing this or getting more sleep or getting more love or getting more money, that's not really what the issue is. It's deeper. It's deeper than that. Okay, and if you look at it when it's all boiled down and you're like, you know what, nah, it's just unfair. It's just not right. Like, they always get this and that or XYZ, right? Life just isn't fair. I always get the short end stick. That is the problem right there. If you just come down and boil down to it and you're like, it's just my life is shit, that is the problem. You got to change that around and start affirming different things over yourself. Okay? So that is it. That's all that I have for you today. I love and appreciate you all. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.